Hello everybody, welcome back to some more Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. In the last episode, we finished out our investigation with some help from the Google, and in the end, and managed to find some evidence, a cell phone, a note, what seems to be from the victim, and got to hear some things about Lana and what happened in the past. And today, we're diving into whatever this trial former is. No clue what it actually means, because they said that it's tomorrow, so we'll see. So I think it's just high time to dive right back into it. February 23rd. And number 2. How did the investigation go yesterday, Mr. Wright? Frankly, there are still a lot of gray areas. Rather, the whole thing is in one big gray area. Don't worry about me. No matter what the outcome, I'm ready to accept my fate. I believe in you, sis. Right? Let me offer you a word of advice. Yes? A defense attorney should never believe their client. The defendant is called to trial because they are suspected of wrongdoing. Never forget that. This guy, you remind me a lot of Mia. There's one decisive difference between you and her. That is, you're not a defense attorney. I believe it's almost time for the trial. Good luck, Mr. Wright. My first trial without a Fae helping me. No one's going to bail me out this time. I'll be alone in there. I have to discover the truth all by myself. Let's do it, Mr. Wright. I'll be with you the whole way. No, no, Emma. We're good. We're good. We're good. Oh no, she's gonna join us, isn't she? Oh no. Courtroom round 9. Court is now in session for the trial of Miss Lana Sky. Defense is ready, Your Honor. Prosecution has been ready for a while, Your Honor. Edgeworth. 2 months, but I haven't been in a courtroom since his trial. I hope that personal feeling will not be a part of proceedings today, Mr. Wright. We'll choose the path I think is right, regardless of what those around me might say. The argument to be made here is in our hands, not those of anyone else. Very well, Mr. Edgeworth, an opening statement, please. Chief Prosecutor Lana Sky has committed an unpardonable, I can't English, crime. Not only this, but she was rash enough to commit it in the prosecutor's office lot. Wow, not more forceful in person. I don't feel like confessing to everything. However, she will not pay for her rashness with her life. A witness to her crime. A professional witness. Well then, call your first witness, Mr. Edgeworth. Prosecution calls its first witness, Miss Angel Starr, to the stand. Fuck, I can't talk today, I don't know. Cough up, Queen. Huh? I not see you somewhere. You ordered caviar lunch, right? Oh, caviar! I've never eaten caviar before. God is really wolfing it down. Oh, and for you, I have a fiesta bowl. Thanks. Will the witness state her name and profession? And you, sir? Did you order the fingerprint lunchbox? It's too early for lunch. Name and profession, please. Well, Your Honor, how does it taste? This is why everyone raves about caviar. It's so tasty it hurts. I always thought caviar would taste like pickled tapioca. What the heck does pickled tapioca taste like? Name, profession, now. Me? The name is Angel Star. Don't go forgetting it. Why must I running Lunchland these days? Is that what you wanted me to say, Mr. Edgeworth? Very well, witness. Please describe the incident to us. The excursion will wait. I'm not finished eating. Hurry it up. Very well, Mr. Edgeworth. As you know, we usually call on the police to provide a description of the crime. Honor, as Mr. Edgeworth has said to the court, I am a professional. What exactly does that mean? Till 2 years ago, Miss Angel Star was a special investigator with the police. She was a first-rate homicide detective. What? Miss Star was a detective? Ah! I know who you are. Cough up? Cough up Queen Angel Star, Your Honor. Long time no see. Very well. You may continue with the description, Miss Star. Who is this lady? I might have the court's attention over here. The parking lot at the prosecutor's office is divided into 2 blocks. Block A is for the A block is for the prosecutor's office personnel. B block is for visitors and clients. The chain divider separates the 2 blocks. I suppose that's to keep visitors from taking up prosecutor spaces, yes? The crime took place by a car in the back of A block, in the car's trunk. The killer stabbed the victim with this knife and went to drive the body out. Unfortunately for her, the witness, an arrest was made on the spot. Who was this valiant witness? Why, it was me, Your Honor. Parking lot floor plans added to the courtroom. Witness, did you see the very moment of the crime? Of course, Your Honor. Immediately after that, I apprehended the chief prosecutor. It seems rather cut and dry, doesn't it? Almost right. Can't agree on your principle, Your Honor. Seems that some poor losers are unwilling to accept the truth, Your Honor. Shall I proceed to crush what little hope they have remaining? If you can, then give them your words, Miss Star. Wait, I was talking about me? What the fuck? Judges is like, yeah, fucking crush him. Crush him like the little bug he is. Witness. Somehow, I always knew a day like this would come. I was on my way to deliver a lunchbox to my boyfriend. When I sensed something, perhaps it was my finely honed detective's intuition at work. Through the wire fence, I saw the chief prosecutor standing next to a garage car. The chief prosecutor was holding a knife in her right hand. Then, she thrust the pointed tip of the knife into Detective Goodman's chest. Bring a lunchbox to your boyfriend. How touching. You can see, there's no room for doubt. The point, or the testimony seems to be nothing other than that. Point on a knife which you saw being stabbed into Detective Goodman. So, how does it feel to be so utterly crushed? I'm still thinking about that. It's merely a flesh wound, Mr. Wright. Monty Python reference. Okay, that's hilarious. If people don't know what this is referencing, search up Monty Python Black Knight. It is a hilarious scene. Very well, Mr. Wright. You may cross-examine the witness. Okay. How did you know? I suspect the prosecutor's basic abhorrence of crime. Yet their methods are ugly and twisted. Twisted methods will always lead to tragedy. The judge's uninformed opinion is duly noted. Given that they are used to erasing inconvenient evidence at their whim. Killing off a detective that knew too much is merely an extension of that. Star, do you have something personal against prosecutors? I felt that I'd found my dream job when I became an investigator. And if I hadn't been laid off by those prosecutors over there, I'd still be one. Laid off? Was fired. I mean, prosecutors are nothing more than worms. That said, I am a pro, you know. My testimony is unbiased. Flawless. Very well. May I continue, Miss Star? His boyfriend. Is it detective? Not that boyfriend. A security guard. That boyfriend? You have several? Oof. Yes. This boyfriend, that boyfriend, and the other boyfriend. Care to join? Yet another boyfriend position is still open for applicants. I'll stick with the lunches, thanks. Not self. The judge has to think before replying. Security guard room is in the lot, in A block. It's up on the second level, so you can see everything from there. That'll be the room with the security sign on. But we've already established this last, like, 2 episodes ago. It's not a security room, it's a cafe. Really? Randomly, did you bring your lunchboxes by car? Since I'm a visitor now, I parked in B block. So, she was in B block when she witnessed the crime. I wanna check something. Okay. You said something? They're saying you had a premonition of murder. That like, what would you say? Oh yes. So it's like the feeling you get when you view a pumpkin chock full of seeds. What? I have no idea what that means. I'm with the judge here. I think I detect some intuition. Wasn't the victim, the Bruce Goodman, also a detective? Yes, well, it is like a young cheese. Young cheese? A pale white cheese, not a tang with experience on the street. A greenhorn. It must be hard, the yellow then sharpest attack. Then I must be hard, the yellow and sharpest attack. Yeah, with the order of an old cheese to match. In any case, there, in the lot. I felt something stirring in the back of my mind. By Garrett's car, you mean Mr. Edgeworth's car? Yes. Mr. Edgeworth's? Exactly, the knife with which the victim was stabbed was also Mr. Edgeworth. Wasn't it? Indeed it was. What an odd case this is. Person you saw, you're sure it was the defendant? Saw her from no further than 30 feet away. I'm certain it was her. He's telling the truth. We're doomed. Let's just do what we can. If we don't have any proof, we can always nitpick. Witness, in your testimony you clearly stated the following. Securities are nothing more than worms. Ergo, you're a biased witness. Might want to keep those silly opinions to yourself in the future, rookie. Huh? Rookie? Unless you're willing to risk the consequences of doubting me. I'll fry you like a fritter. Crispy on the outside, chewy on the inside. That was inspiring. I believe I heard that tagline elsewhere. You could cry plagiarism? I may be relegated to the lowly post of lunch lady, but my instincts are honed. A photograph? You took this? The moment I witnessed the crime, my reflexes took over and snap. Took a picture. Fact? One of my lunchbox is rigged with a camera. I suppose that's more exciting than just hanging it around your neck. Witness, why am I only seeing this photograph just now? Think I'd show it to you? A prosecutor? Think again. My boyfriend works in the photography division of criminal affairs. Well, it's most certainly the defendant. Uh-oh. That is a mistakenly Lana Sky. So, what was the defendant doing at the time? Tell me more about this knife that the suspect was carrying. Well, I said the blade was about 4 inches long. Is that right, Mr. Edgeworth? It is your knife after all. Yeah, that's about right. Prosecutors are, by nature, first in location of a man's vital organs. I'm sure it was easier than boiling an egg for my egg salad surprise set. You can't testify as to ability to kill an egg. I mean a person. Perhaps a chicken salad set would have been a better metaphor. So the defendant was holding a knife. What then? Give me a sec, I'd use something. Okay. I mean, she's not holding a knife here. That's the thing, but I mean, I can try. The music stopped. That's usually good. And you witness this? So Miss Guy stabbed the victim with a knife. As I've already said, yes. Where are my finest salmon swirl lunch? The fuck? I'm sure that's a fine lunch. But isn't that all? Look at this photograph. The photograph you took at the very moment of the crime, is it not? Why is Miss Guy not holding a knife? Mr. Edward, your thoughts? Objection. That had to be the weakest objection ever. Yeah, it was still stronger than your ever feeble mind, right? What do you mean, Mr. Edgeworth? The photograph was not taken a moment before the stabbing. It was taken a moment after the stabbing. And how can you tell that? Blood splatter. Huh? See the dark crimson stains on the chief prosecutor's coat? It's a black and white photo. It's hard to tell, but this could be blood. Well, Mr. Wright. See no problem here. No problem. Except you. Right. Are you going to just sit there and take the kind of abuse? Got a better idea? I mean... Wait, that contradicts what the witness said in her testimony. Namely, that she took the picture the moment she witnessed the crime. Well, it seems I was slightly unclear. My apologies. That's it. You run out of lunch. You're the second. Problem solved. If you don't like it, try ordering the jumbo-sized lunch from the get-go. Good advice. I'm not sure I understood it, but good advice. I don't have time to stop her. Because the guy was cold, calculating like a robot. He killed without pain or remorse. It was a predetermined murder. Predetermined? How do you know? Look at Chief Prosecutor's hand in that photograph. Well, those gloves? Surgical gloves made of thin rubber, most likely. Why would she have those on? If it's not predetermined, she will not be wearing those gloves. Glove do seem to tell a tale of premeditation. Premeditated murder. Serious offense. And add it to your testimony. And rubber gloves prove it. But okay, I might be this might be a long shot, but let's see if the music stops. Okay, because like it was in. I'm just gonna like it does say the knife was in Edgeworth's toolbox. But like how would she know when Edgeworth would have been there? Like how would she prepare this? Like, she would have needed Edgeworth's car there, specifically. Are they trying to test me? Sell box launchers for a living, you know? As a knife. The knife. The knife that was in Mr. Edgeworth's trunk. Indeed. There's my knife. What's with this case? A bloody murder weapon, a red car, all belonging to the prosecutor there? The defendant is the chief prosecutor for the district, right? Mommy, are the prosecutors bad people? The defense has a request. We ask that the witness provide an accurate testimony. What's that, Rookie? In your testimony, you stated that Lana Skye planned this murder. And that's why she was wearing those special gloves. Seems like a natural conclusion to me. The gloves do indicate planning. However, why would she not also prepare the most important thing? The murder weapon. Oh. This knife just happened to be in the trunk of that car. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're going to plan a murder, you don't forget the weapon. I don't know if that's a good statement to say it, right. Did she just throw her lunches up in the air? Order, order, order. Great, now the tide is turning in our favor. Let's show Mr. Wright. My sister is as good as free. Probably not. Right? I believe the next lunch you'll be eating is humble pie. What? I hope you weren't deluding yourself in thinking that the tide has turned. Over such a trifling detail. But this shoots a hole in the whole predetermined theory. Bah. Prosecution could care less if it was predetermined or not. The only one who seemed to care is that lunch lady over there. The defendant, Lana Skye, murdered a detective with a knife. It's the only thing the prosecution need prove. Nothing else. Very good, Mr. Prosecutor. I suppose you think you're clever now. But you know as well as I did that she planned on killing him. It was planned. If it wasn't, why would she have been wearing... I believe I'd like to hear your testimony again. And please tell us only what you saw, not what you thought. How dare you? My powers of deduction are not to be underestimated. Really now? Jesus Christ. Let's give me a sec. My screen likes to wrong little thing. There we go. Angel seduction. Lana Skye intended to murder Detective Goodman. That's why she called the victim on the way to the prosecutor's office. I'm sure the chief prosecutor had a grudge against the victim. Nothing else could drive that human machine to plunge the knife in again and again. Hold the fucking phone here. The victim was summoned from the police department to the prosecutor's office. That sounds a lot like remediation, doesn't it? So if I order a pizza, does that mean I'm planning to kill the delivery boy? In any case, the defense may now cross-examine the witness. Now, the thing that stood out to me is the fact that, where is it? Here. One knife wound. And if we check it, from chest wound, a single one that one was found. Say she stabbed him again and again. But you couldn't have witnessed that. You're testing me? Then I'll test you. With my moss what the f... I'm afraid the moss is growing under your feet as we wait, Miss Star. What do you mean? I shouldn't have to explain this, but take a look. The autopsy report states that the death was due to a loss of blood from one stab wound. Aha! You're right. Good show, Mr. Edward. What a hunk. He's my hero, really. What about my objection? No one noticed? Well, witness. You got the crime scene set, right? What the oh, thanks. I always believed that no one could ever mistake Kesha for blood. But now I realize that such mistakes are possible. So, you're saying you mistook something? For blood? When she lifted her knife, I thought I saw blood at her breast. But I had blood from a victim. So I thought she must have stabbed him at least twice. And tell us what you saw that what you thought was blood. Testify. Is this why she got fired? Red muffler? My deduction skills tells me that you're talking some bullshit. Miss Starr, I demand an explanation. When is it clear not suited for detective work? What? Suspect not wearing a scarf or muffler of any kind when she stabbed the victim. And you proved it yourself. With this photograph. Yeah, like, she's just shooting herself in the foot. Like, honestly. It's kind of funny. Huh? But that can't be. Only a professional lunch lady could be so utterly clueless. Congratulations. Perhaps you finally found your true calling in life. Harsh words. But good. Again, Mr. Edgeworth prevails. What's my objection? Chopped liver? But I was there, a scarf. No, not that, but something red, really? Well now, where were we? Witness has given us an entertaining interlude. Back to business. What? Very well, witness. Continue your testimony. You saw the crime and apprehended the suspect. Tell us about that. Very well. You remember some things accurately, at least. Are you sure about that? You said you remembered a scarf? Or a muffler or something. That wasn't fucking there. Ultimately, we can shake the most important part of a testimony. The important part? The part where your sister stabs the victim. Next testimony might just be the moment of truth. Apprehending the suspect. After the murder, the suspect attempted to run behind a partition off to her side. I quickly caught her, explained her rights to her, and arrested her on the spot. Ah yes, when I arrested her, he mentioned the muffler. That's what had me confused in my early testimony. He prosecuted me to escape, but against Angel Star, resistance is futile. Huh? You're quite determined about the scarf, aren't you? I strike like a snake and bite like a cobra. That's me, Angel Star. That's a very good metaphor. First of all, like cobra is a kind of snake. Don't bother me with the details unless you want to get bitten. No thanks. Don't sell. Mr. Wright is weak against poisonous snake bites. I don't think that's anything special. I think most people are weak against poison. The prosecutor tried to resist, but her efforts were in vain. She held my hands aside, kicked over an oil drum. Oil drum? Hard to imagine. Oh, it's beautiful but deadly. A parody this one. Leopard woman. Not doing the last sound. Very well, Mr. Wright. Examination, if you will. I don't know what the fuck. After murder. Oh, what the fuck? Okay. Oh, you mentioned the muffler? What exactly did she say? I remember exactly. I would have told you in my testimony. Cheeky. Anyway, all I heard her say was the word muffler. That one word? So, what you heard was that the suspect talked to you, but to someone else? Yes, the chief prosecutor was talking on her phone. Her phone? You can't mean... By phone, do you mean this cell phone discovered at the crime scene? Yes, ultimately. Ultimately? My memory is like a salmon, heading upstream, you see. No, the court doesn't see, Miss Star. The prosecutor first attempt to use the phone hanging on the wall. On the wall? That's right. In the car, there was an emergency phone on the wall. Apparently it was out of order. You used her cell phone? Indeed, the emergency phone was out of order that day. Good witnessing, witness. Good witnessing. But I haven't good testifying. Could of course add this to your testimony. Things that do to please this rookie defense attorney. This was also weird. Say quickly, were you close to the suspect? As I just said, I was only 30 feet away from her the whole time. Sorry. Oh wait. Well, I mean that, no. Yeah. No! Fuck! Oh my god. Okay, now press her. There we go. I like to see on this floor plans just to be safe. Lunchland car was... She was a visitor, thus she was parked in B block. You witnessed the murder from here? I may get about 30 feet from the car, yes. Is that correct, Miss Star? Yes, that's right. But there was a chain link fence in front of you. I went over it, of course. Amazing. The cough-up queen, lunch lady athlete indeed. Over it? She went over it? For the thing, had a little time to climb over the fence. Couldn't have gone to my sister that fast. Oh, he does have an opening up there. Oh, I didn't notice. Yeah, the fence was about 9 feet high too. Gotta miss Sky and not get away. I'm gonna try this again. I think you restate testimony for the court. Ah, I was going to ask the same thing. I will say this one time, so listen close, rookie. The chief prosecutor stabbed the victim and ran behind the petition. Then she picked up the emergency phone on the wall, but it was out of order. So she pulled out her own cell phone out of her pocket. But how the f... And that time you climb over chain link fence. Then when a bullet grabbed her arm, she prosecuted her hung up her phone. And you saw her doing this? What is it, Mr. Wright? Where the floor plans? There we go. Miss Star, I have to conclude that you have a personal grudge against Miss Lana Sky. If witness is a former detective, testimony is unmarred by personal bias. Well, I would have thought you would be my knight in shining armor prosecutor. You who, together with the chief prosecutor, kicked me out 2 years ago. Wouldn't that just prove even more that she has a personal, vendetta? Well, Miss Star, it's a fatal contradiction with the testimony. How do you explain this? I don't know what you're talking about. Mess with me, I'll make cough it all up. Ahem. Let's look at the floor plans. Having witnessed the crime from this point. However, if that's true, you couldn't possibly have seen Miss Sky making that phone call. Yeah, it's like there's a wall in between. It's before she hits us with, I have X-ray vision. I believe you see what I'm getting at. An emergency phone was on the back side of this partition. If indeed you were in B block, you couldn't have seen it. What? What? Order, order. What is the meaning of this? It's simple, Your Honor. She's not coughing up lunch. She's coughing up lies. Grr. That's quite a claim, Mr. Wright. That will allow me a question. That's exactly what lie this witness has told the court. But it can't afford to get this wrong. Lied about... Well... What she saw... I think it's... where she saw it. This guy tried to use the emergency phone, but it was out of order. What is the game thing about this fact? Nothing. Therefore, it would be pointless for me to start to lie about it. Pointless to lie? I see. But say the witnesses actually see Miss Sky using the emergency phone. It would mean Star witnesses a crime from a different location. A different location? Not as a pointless lie if I've ever heard one. Before you call my lie pointless, at least let me tell it. He asked a question to our clever wordsmith, Mr. Wright. So where was the witness when she saw the crime? The testimony we heard until this point in one direction. What's here? Well, it's like in just A block, right? It's just here, right? Think. I mean, it's highly likely that that's where she was. You think? Highly likely? Your cavalier attitude stands in stark contrast to your feeble argument, Mr. Wright. Her being there wouldn't change a thing. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Okay. I mean... Alright, well... I'm gonna try... She says she was bringing it to one of her boyfriends. This is the only place where she could have been. Security guard room? Indeed, the security room in the Eldengrad parking lot. Well positioned. It's built on the second floor, so you can see the entire lot. You would have been able to see the emergency phone from there. Why there? Many other places where you could have seen the phone. Not in this case, Your Honor. The witness, not being part of the prosecutor's office, couldn't park in A block. The only place where she could have seen the crime and the other position is here. Right. I mean, technically she could have stand right on the A thing and seen it, but you know. I remember in your testimony you said you brought a lunch to your boyfriend in the security guard room, yes? Well, Miss Star, how many years have I been getting the better, man? I think that the table could be turned. Today, a man has got the better of Angel Star. Order, witness. What have you done? You used to be a detective. You should know better. I'm not turning back. The guilty will be punished. I'll do what I must to make sure justice prevails. Guilty. Is she talking about Miss Sky? Miss Wright? Doesn't this strike you as odd? Why does Miss Star lie? Doesn't make sense. Huh? You could have just said she saw the crime from the security guard station. You wouldn't change anything. Exactly. The photograph tells all. It was the defendant who stabbed the victim. The truth still stands. It still stands? I disagree, Mr. Edgeworth. I just thought of something. How? Because you see the chain link fence. I'm gonna like let it stay on this. Because you can see the chain link fence in the photo. Like you can see it. See the shadow of the chain link fence. And the fucking giant A on the back wall as well. So who the fuck, if she was in, either the timing is completely off or there was someone else took this photo. What? If a witness is found to be lying, they're guilty of perjury. She knows this. She wouldn't risk that without a good reason. So tell us what the reason was, Mr. Wright. Huh? Me? Who else? Right, let's review what we know. The star witnessed the crime from the security guard station. But she lied and said she saw it from B block. It must make a vital difference. What would change? The angle of view to the crime. Why the angle of which she saw the crime occurred would change. The angle? What do you mean? Well, security guard station on the second floor. You would have sort of a more 3D view of the crime. This is important. Why? How would you like to reconsider? Okay, that was not in. Review what we know. The distance crime. Changes the distance between her and the scene of the crime. My condolences, Mr. Wright. One look at the floor plan said it's quite clear. The distance between the scene of the crime and the guard station is 30 feet. I don't see how that would change what she could see. What she saw is not in question here. What matters is the time it would take her to reach the scene of the crime. Miss Star, you witnessed the crime from the security guard station. Now, how long did it take you to go from there to the scene of the crime where you arrested Miss Sky? Well, witness, you... Yes? You ordered the squid wheels, right? Quality of my lunch has gone from low to inedible. I was bringing a PB&J lunch with fresh boysenberry jam to my boyfriend. Boysenberry for the boyfriend. He wasn't in the station, so I waited. I witnessed the crime from the glass-walled station. And before I knew what I was doing, I found myself running towards the sea. But the door was locked. I couldn't open it. What the shit? That's why I had to go through the visitors parking in B block. That's quite a detour. Yeah, it is. Fuck. Probably took me at least 5 minutes to get to the scene of the crime. 5 minutes? changed things considerably. But it was that woman over there in the defender's chair who stabbed him. I know it. I have photographic evidence. I swear it. I swear it on my finest plastic spork. Oh, point. And the spork is a wonderful invention. Not important, but true. Would you like another caviar lunch? Absolutely. Uh-oh. It's right. You have to do something. Do you have any evidence to stop this? Do I have any evidence? I mean, we have the race and be about 5 minutes between the witnessing on the murder and the arrest. Think about it. You could make pasta in that amount of time. If you like it al dente. Sorry about that. Yeah, back up. Got a lot of boxes that type pasta into notes, rookie. A 5-minute blank. Isn't that strange? Strange? You're a criminal. What do you do with 5 minutes, Your Honor? Well, I guess I'll flee the scene. Hey! Don't get the wrong idea. I didn't kill anyone. But you have the instincts of a killer. You would run. But this time was different. This guy battled at the scene of the crime. Even had her picture taken. No criminal will act this way. It's inconceivable. Yeah. Well then, it seems we come to the end of this testimony. The witness have a grudge against the defendant, and a blank in their testimony. The Redwood is the next witness ready to go. Unfortunately, I appear to have overestimated this witness on account of her professional history. We did it! Screw that canned shot, Mr. Wright. That was too close. Ready, the cough up queen has been dethroned. That court is adjourned. Redford, you ordered the squid wheels, right? That's the one she's trying to foist off on me. I prefer not to take the defense team's leftovers. Anything else to say? I might be able to save you. I have decisive evidence. What was that? Another one of our trick lunchboxes? My apologies. We have no further questions to ask you, Miss Star. Ah. Is your jumbo lunchbox? Woohoo! A triple decker! Out of deference to the witness determination, I'll allow one more testimony. Fucking kidding me? Let's hear about this decisive evidence. Like the lunchbox model says, you won't be disappointed. Just going to pull out of a lunchbox this time. Should have mentioned those 5 minutes when I wasn't looking at the crime scene. And now? To the matter of the victim's shoe. Did I not bring this up? 2 types of blood were found on this shoe. Almost of course the victim's. And the other blood type? Matched that of the defendant, Miss Lana Sky. The shoe proves it. It's flawless, decisive evidence. What? There's blood found on that shoe? Our lunchland. What are you lunch and decisive evidence needs? Ines, what's the meaning of this? Why is this the first time I've heard of this evidence? Simple, as I've already said. I don't trust you with evidence, Mr. Edgeworth. That's why I took the liberty of investigating this myself. And you had a blood test performed? Didn't I mention? I have 3 boyfriends in forensics. In any case, Your Honor, I can't accept this as evidence. What? You must know the 2 rules of evidence law. Rule 1. No evidence shall be shown without the approval of the police department. In other words, this shoe is illegal evidence, at least for the time being. Is that right, Mr. Wright? Seems so. Edgeworth's shirt is celebrating. Not so fast, Mr. Edgeworth. Don't forget, I used to be a detective. As I mentioned previously, the shoe has already been tested by a member of the forensic department. As you can see, it was approved by the police department as of today. Even the general public can produce official evidence, Mr. Edgeworth. No. Is that right, Mr. Wright? Seems so. Edgeworth is looking pretty sullen. Should at least study some evidence raw. Really? Prosecution's complaints notwithstanding, it appears that this evidence satisfies the first rule of evidence law. However, seems you have yet another count against you, witness. Anything to assure the guilty is properly judged. Okay. Well, Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. I should have mentioned this. 5 minutes. You're not bringing it up. 2,000 blood. Hold up. Ah, there's blood here too. Solid shoe. Gotta be the victim. He must have sat in a puddle of his own blood. On this blood. Horrible. Blood might be an important clue. Can't let this evidence go through without a fight. You ordered the peppered fish guts, right? Ugh. Some like it hot, Mr. Wright. Some, like your client, in enough hot water to make a whole guara soup. Mr. Wright, do you not have a problem with this shoe? Problem? Critical. Is there a problem with the victim's shoe? Well, the fact that there's blood on the underside. I was thinking first. I didn't realize it was the victim's. Everything. That was like, but she's wearing black shoes. But the fact that there's thing on the underside and we don't see any blood on. I'm not imagining things. I'd say there is one critical problem with this evidence. A clear contradiction. A gleam in your eyes. You're still a young rookie. I'll give you a peppered fish gut now. But you couldn't take the heat, could you? Let's see what Mr. Wright has to say. What is contradictory about the victim's shoe? Show us the problem with this evidence. I wonder if you noticed. There's blood on the bottom of this shoe. Don't mess with me, rookie. Will be your blood on the bottom of my shoe. Indeed, there is quite a bit of blood on the bottom of the shoe. Makes sense. The victim was stabbed with a knife. What could possibly be contradictory about blood on the bottom of the shoe? Because I think, like, there's nothing on the ground. So... problem lies in the footprint. The footprint? Not that the bottom of the victim's shoe is covered in blood. Then, isn't it strange? Why weren't any bloody footprints found by the scene of crime? Aha! As you can see, there were no traces of any such footprints at the scene of the crime. That contradicts your claim about the shoe. This picture only shows part of the floor. There could have been bloody footprints. Then where are they, Mr. Edgeworth? Because we checked the scene and found nothing of the sort. True. Order, order, order. Follow witness. What? Get going, Miss Wright. But it's true the lack of a footprint is a contradiction. But then we have to ask why there wasn't a footprint. Oh, that's true. There has to be a reason why there wasn't a footprint. Think, Mr. Wright, think. I don't know why it's not there. I'm as good at finding contradictions. What? I see. Now I get it. Yeah, what? Our witness is more devious than I gave it credit for. You were hoodwinked to the very end. But she slipped. There's one vital hint to the truth in her testimony. What are you talking about? Back to when she told us about apprehending the suspect. The prosecutor tried to resist, but her efforts were in vain. She knocked my hand aside. Over an old drum. Oh, he's beautiful but deadly. A predator, this one. A leopard woman. I'm not saying that word. You thought that was a strange thing for the normally cool-headed chief to do. No kidding. Now witness, I want to ask you a very simple question. This oil drum, was it empty? Oh, that. Not sure I like your attitude, Mr. Edgeworth. So apparently you're not as slow as conveyor belt in the lunchbox factory. Witness. Well, was the oil drum empty? The oil drum kicked over by the chief prosecutor was brimming with water. I don't know about you, but those things are fucking heavy. You see she kicked that shit? Huh? Water? What's that mean? Still don't get it, Mr. Wright? You want to know the reason she knocked it over? The real reason? Aha! You don't mean... Yes, the suspect knocked over the oil drum for one reason and one reason alone. To raise the bloodstains that would become evidence against her. Whoa! It ties things up quite nicely. The bloodstains left on the victim's shoe tied quite clearly to this murder. Then, after the deed was done, she knocked over the old drum to raise the telltale signs. Why, that's a prosecutor's specialty. Raise any evidence. Explain me. His guy's right hand was hurt. Didn't she say she cut herself when she stabbed him? So that's when... Has this blood gone on the shoe? Well, I see no reason to prolong this trial. Mr. Wright, do something, please! What? What can I do? Your sister has confessed to the crime, and she tried to conceal it. But... Enough. No need for further debate. Verdict, Your Honor. Very well. But then the story is on the prosecution's side. He could have been lying about the water. Court finds the defendants Miss Lana Sky. Who is it now? Little girl, what do you just say? Huh? Me? Did you say that I, Angel Star, was on the prosecution's side? Well, yeah, you are. You're saying my sister hid evidence by erasing the bloody footprints. Well... Thought you had your fill. Well, here you are, demanding a second helping. And on a lunchbox called evidence. Wait, witness. Don't tell me you have something else. Time for deliberation is past. Any further comments and you will be held in contempt of court. Your threats don't scare the cough-up queen. Look at this! Photograph? I had it just in case anyone had the gall to suggest the white shoe didn't belong to the victim. I see no room for error in this evidence. Mr. Wright, wait. Look at the asphalt in this photo. Hey, it's clearly wet. Erasing the last trace of doubt from the court's mind. Immediately after the murder, the crime scene was washed with water. I'm sorry, Mr. Wright. I guess I couldn't help after all. Not your fault. I knew you could win this case from... I knew I couldn't win this case from the beginning. And it seems this is what your sister wanted anyway. I'm sorry, Mia. Right. Wet or not. Someone's so quick to throw in the towel. We're a fae! We're psychic! Get yourself up off the asphalt. Take another good look. Don't give up. Till the bitter end. This is the last piece of evidence. Very well. Time I'd like to declare a verdict for good. Your Honor, wait. What is it with you people? Can I hand down my verdicts in peace anymore? Whatever it is can't wait. No, it can. Then it will be too late. Look at this photograph, the last one submitted. This trial isn't over. Still, we give each piece of evidence proper consideration. Alright. Are you saying there's a problem with this latest piece of evidence? Yeah. Think later. Yeah, there's a problem. If I'm wrong, I'm going to go ahead with this. I suppose since we've come this far, we should give every claim a fair shake. Hello, Mr. Wright. But now that I think about it, isn't this where we found what's her face? Where we found the thing? Or is it? No, wait, what the fuck is this? The problem in this photograph is here. This? There's something poking out of the car's muffler. Wait a second. Wait just a moment, Mr. Edgeworth. Ron? You said muffler. Alright, I see no trace of a muffler or scarf or any kind in this photograph. Muffler is also part of a car or motorcycle, Your Honor. Think of it as part of the exhaust system. A pipe. I see, and... I see. So what has suspicious looking cloth sticking out of the car's muffler? What if there's something sticking out of the muffler? What does that have to do with this case? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Sorry, Miss Star, but it's not going to be that easy. In fact, you've already told us why this is important to the case. You said as much in your testimony. What? Let's hear what Mr. Wright has on his mind. Tell us why you think this piece of cloth and muffler is related to the case. Well... the word muffler, but yeah. Miss Star, we call your testimony for the core. Yes, when I arrested her, she mentioned the muffler. That's what had me confused in my early testimony. Oh, really now? Muffler. Could it be that the muffler you heard mention was actually this exhaust pipe? If so, that means this piece of cloth is vital evidence. Oh, no. Well, it seems we'll have to suspend the proceedings. Suspend? How much I'm wondering about that piece of cloth. Leaving a question unanswered here, we do a disservice to the law. Call the crime scene, inspect it at once, and bring me that cloth. The verdict will wait until after we've seen all the evidence. Agreed? I suppose so. Phew. That was close. But we made it. At least for now. Court will adjourn for a 30-minute recess. It's lunchtime after all. Still hungry? Yes. Oh, interesting. Okay, so that's probably what the former part meant. Does it say something else? Trial ladder. Okay, that makes sense now. That makes sense now why it's a trial former. So I guess next time we're gonna go through with the rest of the trial, and shut down the cough-up queen again, probably. So until then, I thank you guys very much for joining me, and I will see you guys in the next episode. So I wish you guys a very nice continued evening, afternoon, morning, or whatever it is, whenever you are, when you're watching this. I will see you guys next time. So have a good one, everybody. Stay safe. I'll see you guys then.